Hey boys and girls, and welcome to shorter attention what I was doing and things like that. Hopefully it helps you out, you know, hopefully. What's going on, boys and girls? And thank God it's Friday. So I've got another video for you here today, and before I start I wanted to talk about some Honor 22 stuff we got going on. T-shirt sale still going on. I got an offer going out today. If the first person that buys a t-shirt actually buys it, not just order it, if you actually purchase it today, I'll go ahead and film a video later today of me knocking out 50 burpees in your honor. So, you know, turn my pain into your pleasure, and let's help some folks out here in town. So tomorrow at 8 a.m. at the Leon Green Parkway, we're going to be running a 5K to help the Veterans Assistance Dogs of Texas charity. So if you guys want to sign up for that, we still have the link on our page. I think it's $30 now. But, you know, come on out, let's help our furry friends out. Now, I do have a list of our group exercises up. So we have the next 6 exercises over the next 6 weeks coming up. So if you guys go to our page and check that out, you'll be able to find a lot of good information there. So today we're going to talk about the last symptom of PTSD, and I'm just going to do a quick recap of everything that we've talked about. Now, before I get started with that, this is the 20 teens, and everybody's offended by everything. This symptom here might be a little difficult for you guys to think about, to talk about, anything like that. So if you want to quit watching this video, now would be the time to do it. So with that being said, let's do a quick recap. So we talked about, with PTSD, you've got your 3 basic symptoms here. You've got anger, anxiety, and depression. Ran that a little too loud. And they basically run the show. Now, whenever you're suffering from PTSD, you go from living a normal life like this, where you have everything that happens in your life and then your everyday stressors, to living a life like this, where you have your life events, you have your stressors, and then you have, of course, your anger, anxiety, and depression running the show. That's what you have to process before you can even get to the top 2. We talked a little bit about recovery, and whenever you're in recovery for PTSD, your goal is to go from victim to survivor, which basically means that you're in control of your emotions, and you're no longer letting what happened to you, whatever traumatic event that may be, run your life. We also talked about how your recovery is your responsibility. So however you want to live your life, you have to take charge of that, and you have to be the one putting forth the effort to do that. You can go to therapy for years and never see results. You can go for 6 months and see an entire change in yourself. It all depends on you. And finally, over the past few weeks, I've been going over the group of symptoms list here, and you know, I've made a video for every single one of these. So if you guys missed one, just go back there on my page and you know, check it out. Now, the one we're going to talk about today is a culmination of all these. This symptom here comes at a point when your life is no longer livable, and you are no longer in control of your own emotions. And I'm talking about suicidal thoughts or actions. Now, basically, this is the end-all symptom, because you're either going to do one of 2 things. There's no gray area. You're either going to completely change your life and get back on the right track and seek help, or you're going to end your life. There's no gray area. With the rest of these, there's a little bit of gray area, but this one is final. So when it comes to suicidal thoughts or actions, there's a couple thought processes that go on in there. There's no point in planning for the future. I'm better off dead. You know, if you have a plan to kill yourself, or if you find yourself feeling completely alone. Now, as some of you guys have known, I posted a video about a month ago, and I talked a little bit about my own experience with this. But for those of you who don't know, a year ago on April 4th, I tried to kill myself, and I had gotten to a point where all of these symptoms here were in control of what I was doing on a daily basis. Didn't matter what I was doing, who I was doing it with, didn't matter why I was doing it. They were running the show. I wasn't. And I let what happened to me overseas affect the people I cared about. And on April 4th, that definitely came to a head. And you know, the thought process I had there was, well, if I could hurt the people that I care about as much as I've hurt them, you know, what's to stop me from continuing to do it? I'm a bad guy, you know. There's no point in me being alive. So that was a bad day. That was a very bad day. But luckily, I have a great support system, and I had one of my best friends went home and, you know, took my guns from my room, and he and I went out to the lake and we talked about it. And he and with the help of other friends and my ex, of course, was able to go and actually get help and really commit to my own recovery and my own journey. So what I'm telling you now is, if you are in a point where you feel like your life is unlivable and you feel like nobody cares about you, feel like you're a bad person, I want you to know something. I want you to do this for me. I put my number on every one of these videos. And I also put numbers to the suicide hotline and the VA suicide hotline. If none of those work, call me. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care why I'm doing it. Call me. I can't promise you I'll fix your problems, but I can promise you that I will do my best. Okay? So with that being said, I'm running out of time here if I'm going to do these push-ups. So you guys come on with me real quick. And what little time I got left, I'll go ahead and talk a bit more. Alright, what do we got? 45 seconds? Okay, so, real quick, this is why we call our group Honor 22. We're honoring the folks that made the ultimate decision and decided to take their own lives. And we're trying to prevent other people from doing it. This is why I've been doing these push-ups, you know, this whole time, just trying to raise awareness about it, about vet suicide. Because, guys, suicide isn't the answer. It's not. Life gets a lot better, trust me. So with that being said, don't forget to help out with Honor 22. You guys have a great day, and for the love of God, if you are in a situation like that, call me. I will be there, I promise you. You guys have a good one.